What is it like to be selling Puerto Rico to all of these different markets?
Well, the interesting thing is that each market has its differences. So nowadays, a one-shoe-fit approach no longer serves a good return on investment. So everything that we do, really, we have to understand the market, and they're all quite differently. So then we have to use different tactical approaches for each of those markets, which makes an interesting challenge. But when you look at it globally, the advantage is that we can shift priorities more easily and be able to move in a more dynamic way to attend any special needs of any given market. But it's very interesting and very important to diversify also our clients from around the world and not just depend mainly on one or two particular countries alone.
How much more challenging is it these days with the number of countries that are now into tourism? I was reading before I got here, North Korea is at World Travel Market for the first time.
It is challenging. At the end of the day, it's very cluttered. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to continue to find ways to be more creative and stand out, and find ways to bring the attention in a different way, so that you can really stand out from all the competition.
Of course, Puerto Rico being a U.S. Commonwealth would depend a lot on the United States for its tourists. Historically, culturally, you're not that close to the UK. What is it like selling Puerto Rico to the people of the United Kingdom?
Well, we have a company here that represents us. We've been here for many years with that company, Hills and Balfour. It is still a very important market for us, especially with the currency and the pound here in the UK. I mean, when any market that has a US dollar, for the folks here in the UK, I keep on telling them that should be an amazing bargain for you because it's just of the currency conversion. So we haven't lost faith, and it's still a very important market for us. Right now, here in the show, we've been explaining to the UK consumers and the business partners here in the UK and wholesalers the fact of our agreement, a new flight out of Madrid with Air Europa. So they do connect directly out of the UK through Gatwick. And that's a very important message that we're trying to convey here in the show, because last year in WTM, we did not have those flights with Air Europa out of Madrid, which they do have that connectivity through UK. But yeah, it is an important market for us. We pretty much maintain steady because we used to have a direct flight from British Airways. About 2 years ago, we no longer have that non-stop direct flight. But we're lucky that we have maintained the market. We haven't lost pretty much ground. And now with the Air Europa, we hope to gain momentum and increase the market share again here in the UK.
So what is your major focus then for this year's World Travel Market?
Well, again, these type of shows, especially for Away Europe or ITB, when we spoke last time, one of the key advantages, I get to meet with some top wholesalers that usually I don't see in the Caribbean or in Puerto Rico. So we're able to sit down with them and talk about those tactical strategies which are different per key markets. So in that sense, I've had great negotiations here, again, that have been very productive at WTM. We had a breakfast yesterday with our top wholesalers, and it was all about Puerto Rico, so we took advantage of that. I was able to close some key negotiations with our China, Asia partners, which I rarely see in the US or in the Caribbean. So that was very important as well. We're also talking to all the partners here. We're doing our first International Tourism Expo in Puerto Rico in May of 2015, starting May 13th through the 16th. That will be the first time that takes place in many years. And we are really inviting and putting together all of the Caribbean partners, CTO, CHTA, international companies, our Air Europa partners, and all of those presents to create a tourism expo that will take place in May of next year in Puerto Rico. So,
talk to us a little bit more about that expo. What is it you're trying to achieve there?
Well, what we're trying to achieve is mostly focused to the travel agents, because at the end of the day, we're trying to bring a lot of platforms so that they can really be able to come to one place and also get to talk and discuss and meet with all the Puerto Rico, see the product itself closer. But at the end of the day, we'll be having seminars from TripAdvisor. We'll be having a lot of great speakers, airlines, cruise ship companies. So we're looking to make it an interesting and important Caribbean tourism expo.
And, back to WTM quickly, how has it been for you? You said you've already closed some business here, so it must be quite good.
Yes, as I was telling some friends here yesterday, just with some key business commitments that they made even yesterday, I pretty much very satisfied with the trip already, because a lot of those things that we negotiated will also assist in the tourism expo that we'll be doing in Puerto Rico in May, plus some key promotions and wholesaler agreements that I was able to finalize here during the show, and we always take advantage of that and plan those things in advance before attending the show. So
Okay, thank you very much, Gabriel.
sure, my pleasure.